welcome to my channel. I am so glad you're here. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to click that notification bell. That way, every time I upload, you will know. I've been wanting to do an album review video for quite a while, but I didn't know which album to review next because I have so many good albums. I just couldn't really decide. That's always been a big dilemma of mine when it comes to these videos. I love doing them, but it's hard to decide which one to do because I'm so excited to do one. I want to do so many of them at the same time, but I can't really do that. It's kind of hard sometimes, especially if you have other things that you do besides YouTube, which I do have a regular job. I have regular responsibilities to take care of. Adult things, if you know what I mean. All the bills and chores and all that fun stuff that we adults need to do but don't always like to do. I was in Dahlonega, Georgia a couple days ago with my family, visiting that downtown area, and if you're ever around that area, definitely visit Dahlonega. It's a very nice small town, very clean. A lot of good shops and restaurants there. Very quaint. Just a lovely place. We were going to eat at a restaurant up there, and while we were waiting, because the wait was going to be a while apparently, because of everything going on, we decided to visit the antique mall next door. Had a lot of good booths there, and my family, we love antique stuff and vintage stuff. When I saw the sign that said vintage records and vintage clothing, I was like, that's a place I have to go. That place is called my name. So I went there, checked it out, checked that booth out, because I love those things. I love records and I love vintage clothing. I found this record right here, Ted Nugent, Weekend Warriors. I love the cover art. I don't know if YouTube does, but I don't care if YouTube does. They could censor me for this. I don't care. Some snowflake gets triggered over a guitar gun, which is kind of out there, but you never know these days. People get upset over just about anything. I have never listened to this album before I bought it. Only songs I've heard off of this album before then is the song Weekend Warriors and Good Friends and a Bottle of Wine. Those are two very, very good songs. Derek St. Holmes is back singing with Ted for this album. He left and then he came back. He leaves and comes back to work with Ted off and on. He is a great vocalist and honestly, unfortunately, very underrated vocalist of rock and roll. I love his voice. I love his voice. He very much adds to that bluesy sound of 70s heavy metal, hard rock, which heavy metal, hard rock comes from blues, it comes from R&B. And I could do a whole nother video on that, but there's so many videos talking about the origins of heavy metal. Go check them out. There's whole documentaries on the genre of heavy metal. And all its subgenres and stuff. There's so many subgenres of metal. It's not even funny. There's like thousands of subgenres of metal. And there's a picture on the back of Ted in the 70s. And inside of it has all the old pictures of Ted Nugent and his family and his dogs and his Bronco and out hunting and all that kind of stuff. I love old pictures, and especially these because it shows the human side of rock stars, their other hobbies and whatnot, which it wasn't uncommon and it isn't uncommon for people in the hard rock heavy metal genre to be into cars. And I don't think hunting is a very uncommon activity for these people. Well, it's a pretty metal hobby to have. Whacking animals and eating them and grilling them and all that kind of stuff. And of course, of him performing and with his puppers out hunting some animals, and him and his bands filling up those stadiums and those arenas like they did back in the late 70s when Ted was at his prime, before he got taken advantage of by that one manager of his. If you want to hear more about that, you can watch the VH1 special on him. VH1 did a behind the music on him, which is on YouTube somewhere. Just search it and you'll learn a lot more about that part of his career. This is actually a very good album. It is definitely my third favorite Ted Nugent album. The first being Free for All, the second being his debut solo album that is self-titled. Has a song Stranglehold on it, has Hey Baby, and it has Derek St. Holmes on vocals, of course, which makes it absolutely wonderful. And it's definitely one of those albums you can listen to and not hear a bad song on it. So this is kind of in between. It's not the best of his, but it's not really the least best of his, really. It is very good, actually. And with that all being said, I will see you in the next video.